風よ吹け。運命の嵐は来たれ。世界は我々の答えを待つ。いつの日か必ず俺はこの世界を変えてみせる。自由のため共に戦う意志のある者はこの船に乗れ。
What's good, my people? It's the RELL. And as you see by the title, we have a lot of crew information that we got last night. If you weren't there to see the RELL's first movie trailer, you missed out. But I'm gonna do my best to try to tell you what we now know. Just in case you aren't aware, this game will be playable on PlayStation, mobile, and Xbox. So first thing first, let's talk about the crew creator. We now know that you can create your own crew logo. And if you aren't able to, or just don't want to, you can just use what's already in the game as shown in this footage right here. There are different skulls in the game that you can use for your Jolly Roger. And from the skulls, there are about 59 accessories that you can use to make your Jolly Roger look different than the next person's Jolly Roger. And I'm sure everyone already knew this, but once your crew name is taken, you don't have to worry about anyone else having the same name as you. So the colors of your Jolly Roger can also change the colors of your outfit if you want to. You don't have to, but they can change the color of your outfits and your crew's outfits. Now, this is going to be crazy because we've never had this in a game, but you can customize your ship. And to do that, you have to go to the dock or near open water. Your back has to be turned toward the water, and you have to click on the boat icon on the top of your screen. There are 3 ship types in the game: the sloop, the caravel, and the galleon. The way you customize your ship matters. There are different playstyles for your ship, whether it's attack type, defense type, ramming type, or speed type. You should probably make your boat based on your actual playstyle. If you're not the type of person to just fight in the middle of the sea and you just want to do your missions, you should probably make a speedboat so you can always get out of there. If you want to really just stay to yourself, but if someone tries to fight you, you probably want to make a defensive boat. If you want to just attack people, you make an attacker boat. The way you determine what type of boat you have is by what you pick when you pick your rear, your deck, and your front. There are different rears, different decks, and different fronts. Each one gives you a different stat. The amount of cannons that you have also are determined by which rear, which deck, and which front you pick. The turning speeds, the overall speeds, how much damage your ship can take really is determined by what you pick when you're making your ship. Being a skilled shipwright and also the blueprints that you have also determine your customization. You can also change your flag, and depending on what ship you have, you can have either a less or greater amount. As for the color of our ships, the RELL Bros don't want any super bright ships, so they gave us a color wheel that still has a lot of colors fit to it, but it's a more controlled color wheel. So you can't go super bright pink, it'll be like a dim pink or something like that. But depending on what material you have, it can make the color pop out more. And speaking of material, if you have iron for instance, and you add it to your boat, you can make a steam powered boat. You can also add engines if you want, like this steam engine. It fits every ship size. Now the wings that you see, you get them with blueprints. Blueprints that you more than likely have to fight a boss to get. But they can increase your turning speed, your overall speed, your ramming strength, and more stuff. It just increases your stats, just like every other thing. Now to spawn the ship. To spawn the ship, what you do is take out the bottle. And as you see, you can point it within a controlled distance. You can't point it all the way out there in the sea. It has to be somewhere near you. And it comes up like that in a whirlpool. As you can see from the crewmates on this ship, you don't need friends to play with you. You can have your own crewmates that are NPCs. So if you have friends and they're not getting on, don't worry about it. Y'all stay home. I have these crewmates. But just because NPCs can now be your crewmates does not mean that you don't need to anchor your ship down. Anchoring your ship is a great part of this game in my eyes. Basically what it is for, say like if you know a fight's going on at a certain island and you want to go there, but you're scared of your ship being taken, you anchor your ship down. And the reason why you anchor your ship is because if your ship gets taken, you can't just respawn it. You can't just despawn it from them and respawn it back on you. The only way for you to get your ship back is to go and find it. And that is amazing. I really love that because it's so realistic. Some of you might be thinking, oh, my ship gets taken. I don't care. I'll have like the Tori Tori no Mi or the Dragon Fruit or Pika. But one important thing is that the RELL Bros do not want Devil Fruits outshining the sea life on this game. They say they do not want Devil Fruits to be the main form of travel, and they don't want it to be the main form of sea combat. They feel like it'll ruin RELL Seas if that ever happens. So whether it's from your Devil Fruit running out or what, I'm not sure if you'll be able to fly that far of a distance. And I'm pretty sure all fruits won't have a form of travel. Only the ones that really should have it. But if you do happen to catch up with the people who took your ship and you land on the ship, we can now fight on ships. I don't mean when it's sitting still. I mean while the ship is moving and nobody's sailing it. We can now fight on ships. You know, usually on games when we're trying to fight and we're sliding or we get booted off. Now, if you get booted off, it's because someone kicked you off in combat with M1s. We can now Geppo in area. Like, we'll be Geppoing on the ship and we're moving with the ship. And it's because now they've done something where we stay on the ship. I'm not sure how, because RELL Bros are just that great. I don't know. But we now stay with the ship when we're fighting. Now, as for firing the cannons, when you're at war or something with another ship, you can either fire them yourself, or how you have the NPC crewmates, you can encrypt them to fire them for you. So if you are in a battle you don't really want to be in, you could steer it away and have the NPCs firing for you. Now, we do have to still aim where they're shooting at though. So it kind of makes it harder because we're trying to steer away while also aiming. But they say if you tilt, it makes it easier to shoot. That's how you want to shoot when you're aiming for another warship. And the more you hit a certain spot, it'll start applying criticals. The first critical is yellow. It's a 1 multiplier. The second critical is orange. It's a 2 multiplier. And the third one is red. So the more, if you just hit a bunch of spots, soon the whole thing will be red. But if you just focus on one spot, you can have one real critical and you're just doing a bunch of damage. Now, as you see from the last clip, the ship sinks. There's a sea beast that spawns nearby. Sea beasts can spawn what are called zones. There are such things as tsunami zones, big wave zones, stormy zones, sinkholes. There are more zones, they just didn't tell us about them. But all of these zones can cause damage to your ship. The sinkholes are probably the worst one. From what they say, if you're in the sinkhole permanently, it will destroy your ship. It will sink it all the way down. But if you're not fully in it, it'll pull you slightly. You might not even notice it. And if you get in there, you'll sink, but you can get out of it. Now, with that being said, that's the end of everything we know about the first movie that has to do with the cruise ships and everything. I cannot wait for this game to come out. I will be making a Revolutionary Army crew. As most people who play the game, you know, want to be a pirate or a marine. I just want to help the people who can't help themselves, just like Dragon from the anime. Like, I've played GPO, I've played Bloxroot, I played all these other games, and I've literally seen people just go to people who are trying to level up, people who are way lower than them, and they'll just kill them for no reason. I'll always try to help them as much as I can. I'll give them fruits, and that's what I'll be doing in this game. I'm not sure how easy it'll be to get fruits. I don't think it'll be easy, but I will do my best to help people out. And that's all. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'll see y'all next time.